Okay, so the hook point reschedule. I've had this conversation with a few clients over the last 2 weeks, and it's a little bit technical, but I think it's useful for everybody. A lot of times, if the first meeting reschedules for a valid reason, the reason's a good reason, there is a higher chance they will no-show. This is because your credibility and relevance to them in their business was enough to get the first call. It was sincere, but if they're in a time crunch or they weren't completely sold, they'll talk to you, but ask to quickly reschedule, or you won't have time for a full sales call. So instead of trying to muscle a full sales call, you're better off doing a hook point reschedule and treating the call as a setter instead of a closer. So the goal is to reach the hook point. And this is how setters are trained. So you have to reach the hook point. I like to do it by using social proof, by using pain points, and by using Socratic questioning. You must reach the point where you are not annoying them and they see the potential value of your services, but you are not explicitly selling yet. So the hook point comes from dating culture, from like the double O's, where we were talking to a group of women or a woman, and the hook point is where they go from this guy is annoying, but let's hear him out, to we want him to stay. We like him. And that's the point that you have to reach with prospects. And social proof, I'll give you a couple examples. We work with companies in the space, we typically see X, Y, Z, or A. When I look at your website, look at your socials, and your stage as a company, like let's say your turnover on LinkedIn, I'm leaning towards Y and A, but what's really going on behind the scenes? And then you go into typically the way that problem is solved is by doing ABC, and that can work. But the reason companies work with us is because we do X, Y, Z, and as a result, we see emotion plus ROI cost savings plus other benefit. It's just Mad Libs. So you get a sense of like the structure, and then you fill in the blanks based on the niche. We can dive into this more on a future call, but there's a lot to jump into here. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to make sure you both like each other and that there's potential, which in B2B is your ability to solve a problem or an emotion that also has a price tag attached to it. So that you get a sense of the ROI of working with you or the tangible results. And that's very, very important. And that is a really good technique to do when they no-show, even if it was a very legitimate, I had a death in the family, whatever the case may be, they just don't remember a week later. So it's better to have a pain point, Socratic, reschedule, hook point process in place. Hope that was useful for you guys. I will talk to you on Monday.